Okay, so I have a post on Reddit right now that's doing really well, and that's exciting. I love getting the awards and seeing the comments. It's just a lot of fun. I really appreciate other people seeing weight and gravity in the same things that I do because this blew my mind, right? How can things be the way they are sometimes? And essentially what this post does is it details how I started looking for Citadel LLC as named by the US House Committee on Financial Services memorandum over the GameStop hearings, and I couldn't find Citadel LLC. Instead, I found Citadel Enterprise Americas LLC. And when I started going through their stuff, I found that they had applied for and received very drastic exemptions from the Investment Company Act of 1940. And I didn't understand what section, what Investment Company Act of 1940 was, but I know some of the sections, right, still apply, but a whole bunch don't, like 1 through 8, 10 through 35, and 17 and 30 partially. So, really quickly, this is the form I was looking at, and it's from January 13th, 2021. So it's just just right before all the big headlines in GameStop, right? So yeah, this caught my interest, and here it is. It's ordered under the whatever. It's granted effective immediately. So what kinds of things did they get exempted for? And I just posted some screenshots. Well, these aren't really screenshots because I did this in a program, but these are just notes. And I was interested to see that the Investment Companies Act of 1940 was all about protecting the national interest because when there's collusion and corruption inside the financial industry, it affects everyone. And the act starts by describing what some of these things are, right? And it just says like reason 8, when investment companies operate without adequate assets or reserves. Like, you can't make this up. This is really basic, straightforward stuff. But even this section would be is technically exempted for Citadel Enterprise Americas LLC. What a name! It's so hard to say. So you can go through and see that some of these sections, like section 10 is about interested persons, is about and including banks, specifically banks and their conflict of interest with investment companies, and that's all exempted. Section 12 has to do with using margin, short sales, and doing things like borrowing money or loaning money. Like, okay, wow. That's all exempted. Section 30 is a big one because this is the section that requires them to file annually with the SEC. All right. Basically, Section 31 is exempted from them, and it's in general each registered investment company and each underwriter, broker, dealer, or investment advisor that is a majority owned subsidiary of such a company shall maintain and preserve such records for such period or periods as the Commission, the SEC, by rules and regulations may prescribe as necessary or appropriate in the public interest or for the protection of investors. And this would be exempted. so, so when you have really weird things happening, like the Melvin Management Capital or Capital Management LLC bailout, right? How can that kind of thing happen? Well, what if the legal exemption was given? I mean, that's wild to think about how that could be possible. What, you just show up, say we don't want to play by the rules, and that you're good to go. How what is that? Oh man. And so the back half of this post is just, some notes, like the front page of the memorandum. I'm just leaving notes for myself, right? Find the 13F filings for. I was going to find all of these 13F filings, but I didn't get past the first one, Citadel LLC, because, it doesn't exist. And then it was really interesting to see this report because this memorandum, it was issued in May, right? So the recent GameStop report by the SEC came out, and we can use some of that information to see how this has aged. And it's interesting, the short squeeze, right? A short squeeze on stocks, but there was no short squeeze. Like, we know there was no short squeeze. So that changes a lot of things that happened in the past, and how people spoke and about January's events. So I am excited to see what turns up. I was just kind of like dumping some of my findings from my study, and I'm really happy that people have latched onto this. Um, I'm going to continue this, and I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. So stay tuned, I guess.